Lions fans, what is going on? This is the official review of the game today versus the Ravens. Lions lose in a very, very tough loss, very controversial loss to the Rams from 19-7. From my perspective, being at the game, having a live look, this eliminates me having to go back and look at film and see what I couldn't see. I was able to see everybody from every position, from every angle, which is, I get the most out of going to the games, even though I don't get the review out as fast. But we're going to take a full dive into some of the things that I've seen today, some things that need to be done better that we can improve on throughout the season, things that we can add. So before I do that, make sure you guys go and check out the Lions Nation Unite app. I'm going to keep on pounding that into y'all head until I start seeing some of y'all in there. Download the app, man. I'm telling you, it's a great place. I have some exclusive footage of me live at that game within the app. So if you want to check that out, go and download the app, man. Shout out to Lions Nation. And let's get into it. Detroit Lions versus the Ravens. The controversy is automatically going to become, something that's going to be well known from this game. Even though we are a team that are rebuilding, it's just the history of the Lions being screwed over by officiating. Today, I'm not blaming the referees at all. I don't care if it was the delay a game at the end of the game. We should have never been in that situation. They should not have converted on 4-19. You should not be rushing 3. That is an absolute strike against the coaching staff right there. That situation should have never happened in the first place, even the 4-19, because you got to still be aggressive. You can't go out there and do 3 little lazy bum runs and kick a field goal and expect Tucker not to kill you. This is Tucker we're talking about here. You got Lamar Jackson, who can get you in field goal range, and you have Tucker, who has a unearthly leg. That was the Lions' fault. You have to have some trust in your quarterback. If Goff is that guy, you have to have some trust in your quarterback and say, listen, we got to be aggressive. We're going to go down here. We're going to try to score, because we cannot play not to lose. And that's exactly what we did today. And it ended up biting us in our behind. Getting the NFL kicking record, broken our behinds today is absolutely painful, especially for the fans. The stadium, it was so loud and it was so hype in there. And to lose like that live and see the absolute air come out of everybody in there and the green sickness on their face, it was absolutely embarrassing. And, it's a tough loss. We have a lot of growing pains, man. We got a lot of young players and rookies, like I told y'all. Some untimely plays didn't help us as well. Some penalties didn't help us as well, obviously. Especially the running out of bounds penalty. So, it is what it is. You're just going to have those type of things, but you can't look at 1 or 2 things and say that lost you the game. You have to look at that first half. The first half was atrocious. They did not go to Williams and Swift early enough in this game. Obviously, we're getting these 2 halves out of this team, which is the telltale sign of a young and rebuilding, franchise with everything fresh. That's the telltale sign. You see that all the time. But here's my thing. A lot of people think I just have it out for Jared Goff. What I'm explaining to you is, out of your quarterback, your defense gave you everything that you needed in that first half to give you an opportunity to go up and get a lead. And we were not able to do that. Jared Goff had something like 217 yards and no touchdowns today. And I'm in the crowd. I'm in the actual stands, and the fans are literally yelling and screaming at him for checking down the ball when he had wide receivers open. And I got to see that live today, which was very, very interesting. And, like I said, no one's putting this game on Jared Goff, but you got to capitalize in those situations. With our defense, we don't have much on defense, and they came out today and they fought for you. They fought for you and gave you an opportunity. If you go down and capitalize on some of those drives that we had and put some points on the board, we wouldn't have this conversation right now, because they gave you enough. They're not going to have a perfect game. We're not that defense. And this is Lamar Jackson and the Ravens we're talking about. So for them to give you that type of performance today was actually very impressive. Price is very impressive. Price is an absolute dog. I got to see that in 4K. Price is an absolute dog. And even Anzalone was pretty serviceable today. So, like I said, the defense was they were inspired today. They didn't give you everything you wanted, but they gave you enough to beat the Ravens. The Ravens, it shouldn't have came down to a field goal. The Lions truly should have beat the Ravens. But it took our young running back to take it upon his shoulders, and it took the coaching staff to trust in him in order for him to get down the field today and, basically take over this game. Swift took over this game, not the quarterback, Swift. And like I said, I'm not sitting here trying to put poison at Jared Goff. I'm just pointing out the factors of the first half. The first half is the reason why we lost this game. We had multiple opportunities and we made multiple mistakes. The penalty flags were just untimely and ridiculous at times. And the opportunities that we missed in the offense were ridiculous. TJ Hockenson should have been more involved in this game. Like I said, it's a combination of a couple of things. So, shout out to Williams, shout out to Swift, shout out to our receiving core today. Shout out to the receiving core today, because when they did actually get the ball, they tried to do something with it. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to be more aggressive out there on the offense, man. And then when you get to the second half and you're putting up points, you got the momentum, the crowd is into it, everything going on. You have to be able to be aggressive at the end of that game and take those kneecaps and actually bite them. Because we got like I said, we started playing not to lose the game, and it killed us. You left too much time on the board for Jackson to get down the field and for Tucker to do what he did. So with that said, let's go ahead and skip into another topic, another controversial and embarrassing topic. The Calvin Johnson ceremony was absolutely beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful, except one part. It was absolutely embarrassing to hear the boos from the fans that booed Sheila Ford. I can understand them booing Martha Ford. They booed Sheila Ford, and it was so loud that you couldn't even hear Sheila Ford talk. You couldn't even hear Sheila Ford talk. And it's absolutely embarrassing that at our ceremony, our fans have to do that and then turn around at the end of the game, you get dung rubbed in your face. Is it karma? I don't know. But it was embarrassing. And you can tell, not Matthew Stafford, forgive me. Calvin Johnson was a little uncomfortable with that. He was a little uncomfortable with that just because they had his face on the screen. So he's a little uncomfortable with that when the fans was booing. He actually hugged and shook hands with the Fords, and, hopefully behind the scenes they did get something squared away, hopefully. But the Fords, they could have totally avoided this whole situation. I mean, let's just be honest about it. Whether you're on one side or the other about this situation, it really doesn't matter. They could have avoided this whole situation and found a way to make some type of man. So, it is what it is. Other than that, man, the ceremony was beautiful. Calvin definitely, he shot it out. The fan base in the city, man, he's here to stay. Another athlete that's here to stay in the city, along with Ben Wallace, along with many other greats on the Pistons, Lions, and, Tigers, Red Wings. You got guys that's been around and that's staying around. And, it speaks to the fan bases. Even though our fan base at times gets a little disgusting, it's warranted. Look what we've been through as a fan base, so you can't be mad at that. They definitely was upset that, the embarrassment of us, having that stuff in the press and doing a Hall of Fame player like that. So, a lot of people are not happy with that situation. It is what it is. But that was that, man. As far as the game goes, Dan Campbell came on in the press conference and, he told it straight like it was, man. You wouldn't put your money on that happening. You wouldn't put your money on that happening on Tucker making that field goal. And the way that it hit the post and bounced in live, when that ball hit that post and bounced up, immediately every bit of air in that stadium went out. It went silent. It went absolute silent. And people politely held their hands on their faces and heads and turned around and started leaving. It was absolutely a bone-chilling experience for us that was there at the game live. So, yeah. So for the delay of game crowd, and that's trying to find ways to blame the refs and this and that, this ain't the one, man. It may have been a delay of game. It just may have been. It shouldn't have been nothing after that if it was a delay of game. But we got to stop getting in these situations. And with this team, like I said, this roster is not. We're not built for it yet. So for them to get this type of performance out of what we have available on this roster, I'm absolutely happy with that. The competitive losses, I'm happy with that. I just don't like this type of very end of the game type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? If we lost, I'd rather we would have lost with like 4 minutes left on the clock. You know what I'm saying? So not the very last second after you got everybody hyped, the cardiac cat type of style. But yeah. Your refs are there, like I said, they make a mistake. Obviously, we'll just wait until the next day when they come out with the apology, which means nothing. We all used to this here. We've had this situation happen in meaningful games, a lot of games that concern playoff situations where a lot of people knocked the Lions and knocked Matthew Stafford which is actually looking like an MVP on TV right now. He's absolutely shredding the Buccaneers and making Tom Brady and them look bad. It looks too easy for the Rams right now. But a lot of those situations, we shouldn't have been in at those times either. And our team, we have to get more out of our teams. And you can't expect much more out of this roster we have right now. But maybe in the past, sure, you can get away with that. But this team, they went out, they fought today. They did an excellent job. I have nothing bad to say about the effort of this team because they fought. Even though we couldn't put points on the board early in the game, that defense fought with everything they had, and that's all I'm asking for. Those are the type of guys that you want to build with. You want to add the talent to. Because, like I said, that they're going to come and do their job and give you what you need. And when you add those stars and them big time free agents, it's only going to make things better. So we are coming. We're coming. So let's get that straight. We are coming. Once we do add this talent, we got this draft capital. We'll have the money as far as salary cap. Once we start adding this talent, you're going to see the results. My only question still remains for this team. The coaching staff is fine, but my only question remains for this team is Jared Goff going to only be that bridge quarterback that we brung in, or are we going to go and get another quarterback for the future, which is not available right now in this draft? So the Lions definitely will have to go all defense to me. But will he just be the bridge, the 2-year bridge quarterback, or will he turn into something that is actually serviceable and that can help us win some games? So that's the question that's out there for Jared Goff when it comes to my opinion. And I'm interested to hear what you guys thought about the game today. Obviously, a lot of people probably still angry, but me, I'm good. So on to the next game. We're not going 0-17. We got the Bengals, the Bears, the Falcons on our schedule. You just see we just played one of the best offensive attacks as far as on the ground. And they held up. They held firm. So I'm pretty confident we can at least win one of those games. One of those games. And after what the Bears just did today, we definitely will win one of those Bears games, if not both. But anyway, with that said, man, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Got to get ready for the stream. Wanted to put this video out for you guys and bring you guys a few pointers of the game, what I saw live. So with that said, leave it in the comments, man. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so you guys can stay up to date this season, because I have a lot more going, a lot of projects that I'm working on right now. Also, for you guys that came to the stream last night, the launching of my new podcast channel, the Three Kings channel. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You guys got to go check that out. You know, I tweeted that out. I posted. I'm gonna keep posting it within this channel. But we talk about life, family, and sports. Yesterday, we got an opportunity to talk about a few things just in the show launch, and we already made some giveaways. So we're gonna be doing that a lot. But with that said, you guys definitely check that out, man. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram. I'll put that information out for you guys to get it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.